Are you ready for the biggest car market crash of your lifetime? We're talking about the mother of all car market crashes, the one that will go down in history as the ultimate buying opportunity we've seen. The global car market is in turmoil. It's facing challenges like never before. We've got overproduction running rampant, the unstoppable rise of electric and autonomous vehicles, an economic downturn, and even consumers themselves are shaking things up. And what does all this chaos mean for you? It means jaw-dropping price drops. How does up to 88% off a shiny new set of wheels sound to you? But hold on tight, because there's a flip side to this electrifying equation. With great opportunities come great risks, and we're here to spill the beans on all the juicy details. So stay tuned and learn everything you need to know about the biggest car market crash of our lifetime. Let's kick it off with a major culprit, the wicked case of overproduction. Picture this: automotive manufacturers cranking out vehicles like there's no tomorrow, all because they had overly ambitious demand projections. Guess what? Turns out the demand is not what it used to be. With the blazing progress of electric vehicle technology and a seismic shift in consumer preferences towards eco-friendly options, and internal combustion engines have been left in the dust. Their sales are plummeting faster than you can say zero emissions. The unsold cars are piling up on dealer lots like there's a parking apocalypse. We're talking about an estimated 5 million units of excess inventory gathering dust. Automakers are sweating bullets, desperately scrambling to figure out how to get rid of these unwanted metal beasts and salvage what they can from this mess. But there's more. Brace yourselves for the revolution that's rocking the car market to its very core. We're talking about the rise of electric and autonomous vehicles. Governments around the world are slapping on tighter emission regulations, and people are finally waking up to the urgent need for environmental sustainability. And that's not all. Prepare to have your mind blown as we venture into the realm of self-driving wonders. The future is here, with autonomous vehicles inching closer to becoming a reality on our roads. We're talking about mind-boggling advancements in technology that promise a safer and more efficient driving experience. Companies like Waymo and Cruise are leading the charge, revolutionizing the way we think about transportation. And get this, the US autonomous vehicle market alone is on track to hit a staggering $186 billion by 2023. Get ready, because the car market crash is about more than just overproduction. It's a paradigm shift that'll leave you awestruck. We are entering a period of financial struggle that had folks across the globe reevaluating their priorities. When times get tough, major expenses take a back seat, and that includes shiny new cars. During the recession, used car prices took a nosedive, dropping a jaw-dropping 10%, 20%. Even new car prices had to face the music with a modest decrease of 2.5%, 5%. Dealerships were sweating, realizing their chances of making a killing in the used vehicle sales department were sinking faster than the Titanic. Fear not, for every storm eventually passes. We're anticipating a glimmer of hope on the horizon as supply and demand find their happy place. It's like a rendezvous in late 2023 or early 2024 that'll bring some much-needed stability to this wild ride. Now let's talk about how this car market crash has shaken up consumer behavior. With used vehicle prices plummeting like a bungee jumper, people are jumping on the pre-owned bandwagon like there's no tomorrow. Now let's dive into the electrifying world of sustainable rides. Yep, you heard that right. As the car market crash shook things up, folks started putting their green thinking caps on. Electric and autonomous vehicles are all the rage now, as people prioritize Mother Earth and want to zip around in an eco-friendly style. We can't talk about changing consumer behavior without mentioning the disruptors in the room. Ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft have completely transformed the game. The car market crash has truly turned the tables on what it means to be a car owner. Now, let's fasten our seatbelts and buckle up for a global roller coaster of events that have had a front-row impact on the automotive industry. Take the pandemic, for example, which sent shockwaves through automobile factories worldwide. Shutdowns left a trail of supply chain disruptions that hit production levels hard, and you guessed it, vehicle prices were caught in the crossfire. But that's not all. Global trade policies have played their part too. Governments slapping tariffs on imported vehicles sent automakers into a tailspin, passing those costs on to you and me through higher prices. The overproduction of vehicles and the subsequent economic downturn delivered a 1-2 punch, resulting in some major blows to the workforce. Manufacturers had no choice to hit the brakes on production, leaving many workers facing the harsh reality of job loss. But the storm didn't stop there. As car sales hit the skids, dealerships had to make some tough calls to keep their wheels turning. They optimized their networks by shutting down low-performing locations, and unfortunately, that meant even more layoffs. It's a tough reality check for the hardworking folks who depended on these jobs to make ends meet. Now, let's talk numbers. The car market crash is expected to unleash havoc on car sales and prices. With the demand for new cars dwindling, dealerships are getting desperate to clear their overflowing lots. Brace yourselves for the ultimate car buying bonanza as discounts and incentives rain down, causing prices to plummet. The used car market is also bracing for impact. With lower demand on the horizon, prices are expected to take a nosedive. Buckle up for a wild ride as industry experts project used car prices to drop by a jaw-dropping 20% in 2023. It's a buyer's paradise, but a seller's nightmare. The car market crash is forcing everyone to rethink their game plans, and that includes auto manufacturers. With car sales in the fast lane to nowhere, companies are searching for innovative solutions to keep up with the times. Subscription-based driving services? You bet. Expanding into other forms of transportation entirely? They're exploring every option. But it's not just the manufacturers who are shifting gears. The car market crash is poised to ignite a revolution in consumer behavior. With car sales and prices taking a nosedive, folks are hitting the brakes on traditional ownership. Ride-sharing and public transit are stealing the show as people rethink their transportation needs. According to Deloitte's Global Automotive Consumer Study, the winds of change are blowing stronger than ever. Flexibility is the name of the game, with consumers gravitating towards subscription models and leasing instead of traditional ownership. Nearly 60% of U.S. consumers are ready to dive headfirst into alternative mobility solutions beyond owning a car. Timing is everything. Keep your eyes on the market projections. Experts predict that supply will eventually catch up with demand, leading to a leveling off transaction prices. It's likely to happen in late 2023 or early 2024, so be patient and consider waiting for that sweet spot. If you're eyeing new cars, here's a pro tip. Maybe hold off until later in the year. Prices are expected to dip by around 10%. Global events and economic conditions can throw curveballs, so keep an eye on those market projections. Let's dig deep into specific models and pricing trends. The car industry is going through some serious shifts. Overproduction, the rise of electric and autonomous vehicles, economic downturns, you name it. Being informed about what type of vehicle to buy is key. For instance, brace yourselves. New car prices are only predicted to see a modest decrease of 5%. JP Morgan research suggests that used car prices will take a dip of around 10%. Want a ride that holds its value like a champ? Consumer Reports is your go-to guide. They provide invaluable information on which cars have a history of maintaining their resale value. Don't settle for less when you can have a car that stands the test of time. Let's explore alternative transportation options to tame those high and volatile prices. Public transportation, buses, trains, subways. They're not just for city slickers. Embrace the cost-effective way to commute and leave the driving to someone else. Carpooling is all the rage. Share those rides with friends or colleagues and save on gas while reducing emissions. Talk about a win-win. Biking or walking. It's not only good for the environment, but it'll also save you some serious cash on gas. Plus, you'll be getting your exercise in, so it's a double bonus. Ride-sharing services like Uber or Lyft are here to save the day. Forget about owning a car. Just hop in and enjoy the ride whenever you need to get around. Lease-to-own programs have your back. Some companies offer flexible options that allow you to pay for a car over time without a long-term commitment. It's like a trial run before settling down. Electric scooters are all the rage. Rent one for those short trips around town. They're zippy, eco-friendly, and a whole lot of fun. Car sharing programs give you the freedom to borrow a car when you need it without the hassles of ownership. And finally, working from home. If your job allows it, embrace the remote work lifestyle. Not only will you cut your daily commute costs, but you'll also have more flexibility in your life. So in times of economic uncertainty and crazy car prices, don't let it bring you down. Explore these alternative transportation options and liberate yourself from the burden of owning a personal vehicle. It's all about making savvy choices and finding the best ways to ride through the storm. Also, you want to master the game. Before setting foot in a dealership, arm yourself with invaluable knowledge. Familiarize yourself with the market value of your dream car and gain a solid understanding of what truly constitutes a fair price. Now let's talk timing. During a market downturn, sales tend to hit rock bottom. But guess what? That's your golden opportunity. Dealerships are feeling the pinch and are desperate to move their inventory. They'll go the extra mile to entice you with irresistible incentives and jaw-dropping discounts. But here's a tip. Don't limit yourself to brand new cars only. The world of used cars is a treasure trove during this market crash. Used cars often come with more affordable price tags compared to their flashy counterparts. And here's the kicker. They still offer exceptional quality and performance. Don't underestimate the power of exploring alternative transportation options. If owning a car isn't an immediate necessity, why not consider public transport, carpooling with your buddies, or even embracing the freedom of biking or walking? It's a win-win situation, saving your hard-earned cash while reducing your carbon footprint. So it's time to unleash your negotiation prowess and leave those dealerships in awe. Remember, knowledge is your greatest asset, timing is your secret weapon, and never shy away from the world of used cars or alternative transportation options. As we prepare for this impending collapse of the car market, it's important to remember that this is a long overdue correction that presents an opportunity for recovery and adaptation towards new, innovative solutions in the automotive industry.